I'm really fucking pissed. I just recorded 15 minutes of my opinion on the dual blade, and my mic wasn't even on again. I don't know why. It's been playing games with me for the past couple days. It just doesn't turn on. Like, I start recording, and I think it's recording, and then I realize at the very end, I recorded absolutely nothing. Oh, look at that. You wasted 14 minutes of my life. Thank you. This is my dual blade opinion for MapleStory. Alright, let me get to my Word document here and start all over again. Alright, my thoughts on the class. I think it's stupid, actually. I really didn't like the dual blade that much. The sound effects were annoying, and the skills didn't impress me that much. And having to buy mastery books as early as second job isn't fair, and for most people it isn't even possible, because they aren't wealthy. So I don't recommend this class for anyone who's just starting out the game, unless you know good methods of making money, and you're gonna spend NX to get a store or something. If I had to choose the job I most enjoyed, I'd say it would be the fourth job. But all I did was train and leech at Lionheart Castle for fourth job. I didn't do anything else. So, let's move on to talking about the skill books. Yeah! Alright, so skill books. If you played this class in the past, that's kind of fun, class in the past, the only way you could master some of these skills as early as second job was buying them with NX, and the prices were not cheap. Alright, so here's something new that you don't know. Ever since the Mutiny patch, there's these new mastery books or something. I don't even know if it was since then. It might have been even before then. You can get mastery books for your dual blade skills, for like your second job skills. You don't have to buy them through the cash shop. Like, people get them through the mystery mastery books, and they sell them in the free market. And I kid you not, I found all of them for 5 mil, many times. And it was just frustrating because I seriously didn't find this out until the day after I spent $20 buying these mastery books. And I was just like, I just wasted all that money. All that money. I could have bought all of them with like 20 mil or less. And it was all money wasted. So, okay, the pricing is ginormous when it comes to the NX versions. And so, okay, here's rough how it translates. Okay, the second job skill book that you can get goes for 2,900 NX. That translates to 174 million mesos in my server. The second job plus, those go for 3,900. That translates to 234 million mesos. And then the third job, those go for 5,900 NX. That translates to 354 million mesos. And then the fourth job ones go for 8,900 NX, and that translates to 534 million mesos. Do you see my point here? When I spent all that money on them, and there's not just one. There's like, okay, there's 2 for the second plus, and there's 2 for the third, and then there's 2 for the fourth. It's like, after I spent all that money on them, and then to find out I could have just spent like, 20 mil, I was so frustrated. The mastery books that you buy with mesos in the free market, there's only 50% chance that they'll work, but still, that's going to save you so much money. It's like, so frustrating. I just wanted to kill myself. Alright, if you do get them through the cash shop with the NX, you do get an extra skill point with each mastery book you get. You also get a scroll for your Katara. I assure you, it is not worth it. Do not use this method just to look for the meso ones, alright? I mean, unless you really are like a billionaire and you can just like whatever it, okay? If you can whatever it, good for you. Alright, and then someone told me different on this matter. They told me that you had to be 160 to get Final Cut. Like, there was like a 4th job plus. You even hear me talking about it in my 3rd job video about Dual Blade. And I even remember seeing a mastery book for Final Cut 10 saying you had to be Dual Blade level 160 plus. And I don't know why. I don't know why I was deceived like this, but I literally thought this to be true. So anyway, I don't know if it was like this before they got revamped, maybe? I don't know. But my point is to tell you that it's not true. You don't have to wait until 160 to get Final Cut. All you have to do is go fight Zuckumhilla or Horntail, find the drop, or buy it in the free market for a lot of money, which a lot of people don't even bother selling them in the free market because who wants to waste his scissors on mastery books? So, okay, let's move on. The damage of this class. This class is incredibly OP. While training at Lionheart Castle, I had no mastery books. None at all. So most of my skills were level 10 because I didn't give a fuck. Either way, don't ever put more than 1 skill point into Sudden Raid. That's your full map attack. It's not worth it. And by the time you get to 200, you're going to want the skill points so you can max other stuff. So anyway, I was hitting 20k to 30k, roughly in there, each hit with Blade Fury. Like, it hits 3 times, so I was hitting like 60k-ish, somewhere in there, right? 60k to like 90k. And then the Shadow Partner hits another 3 times, like 70% for each hit. So I was hitting 6 times. I was hitting over 100k per hit, and it's like hit. It's a good speed, right? And then it hits 6 monsters at the same time, so it's like, oh my god, you could just get a mob up and just go at them, and it's so fucking OP. Alright, moving on. There's a buff that gives you 90% knockback resistance and 30 attack. That's amazing, you know? Then you can just sit there and keep walloping on them and they don't move you around, you know? 3rd job, you get this skill called Shadow Meld. Now this is a really unique skill, and I actually really like it because it gives you a dodge percent chance, like 30% when it's maxed, at 30% chance you'll dodge, and when you dodge, you get an increased buff or an increased attack buff of 15, and then you also, for that buff duration, hit nothing but critical hits. And it only lasts a second, but it's like really unique, and you can usually hit twice in that area, so you're hitting like 2 full things of crits. Now, 4th job, you get your Dual Blade Expert thing, and it gives you a passive of 15% avoid, so that adds on to it, alright? And then, so that's 45% dodge or whatever. And then your mirrored target. When you max that gives you another 25% dodge. That's 70% chance you won't get hit, and then you'll get a 15 attack buff, and then hit nothing but crits. And when I was training with it, I had like roughly 51% dodge, and I noticed that I would go like 5 times in a row, many times not getting hit. Like, they would try and hit me 5 different times. So I'd be hitting crits for like non-stop for like a while. It was pretty nice. So there's also Life Drain, a Life Drain skill that you get 3rd job, which I think you should max right away or soonish. And it basically, 10% chance that you will Life Drain, and it's 10% of your damage is restored as HP. So very effective, especially at Lionheart Castle. It just helps with the survivability. You got a good mob, you'll just keep healing yourself. You'll never have to use potions. I mean, I could sustain very well, and I wouldn't have to use potions hardly ever. So as long as you got a good mob up, if you're attacking one monster, it doesn't work as fast. But if you have like a mob 6 or 5, it heals you like every time. So alright, now let's talk about the attacks. Tornado Spin is the 1st job plus attack. It pushes monsters and does damage. I call these skills that do this sweeper skills, because it's like you're sweeping a floor. You basically just keep pushing all the monsters over while doing damage, and then it's slowly killing them as you're pushing them. And you usually just go from one end to the other, and that's what I did. I went to CDs and I did that for a long time. You can see it in my Dual Blade on Cocaine video. I did that for a few levels. So, and then, but you want to keep it a level 1. It's not worth maxing right away. You're going to want to max your mastery and haste. So, and then the next class, second job, you get Slash Storm, which I didn't even use. I used Tornado Spin and Bandit Slash. Bandit Slash is the first job, level 10 skill you get. I used that until like 55, and then I got Upper Stab. I used these at Jesters, no joke. So I didn't even use it. Once I got Upper Stab, I just started using that at Jesters until level 70. Then I went to MP3 and was still using it. Then once I got to 90, I went to Aliens. So once I was at Aliens, I realized Bloody Storm, which is basically Slash Storm just upgraded. I realized that it was very effective for Aliens Corridor 6, and there was no effort when I was training, or fucks. There was no effort or fucks given, and I found it pretty enjoyable. So, but I think it was also the fact that I put on Bangarang by Skrillex while I was training. Bangarang. I would go from one end to the other, just using it constantly. Could one hit everything, and when I was done on one floor, I'd just go up to the next one or down to the previous, and endless cycle. Really fast training. So, okay, Chains of Hell, third job skill. I never use it, ever. I think it's useless. I didn't max it. Alright, Fatal Blow. I never use it either. I only maxed it because I thought it was cooler than Chains of Hell. And I maxed it because I had extra skill points that couldn't go into anything else that I wanted. So I didn't use these because they only hit one monster, and I don't prefer attacks that don't mob. Alright? Usually these attacks get one-upped anyway by the next job. I mean, think about it. Fatal Blow was second job, right? It got one-upped by Chains of Hell, which is basically just an upgraded version of it. What do these get upgraded by? Phantom Blow. That's the bossing skill. So, yeah. See my point? Don't max them because there's other stuff worth maxing. Alright, Flying Assaulter. It's good for moving mobs. I use Tornado Spin and Flying Assaulter fourth job at Lionheart Castle equally, so it's also just kind of a cool looking skill. Anyway, Phantom Blow. I hear good things about this skill, though I've never got it, so because it was obtainable only through bosses, doesn't come with your fourth job advancement, and I didn't feel like paying 180 mil in the free market, so I was just like, whatever. But I'm pretty sure it's a lot like that Phantom skill that attacks really fast twice or whatever. So okay, moving on. Overall, it's an easy class when it comes to damage and killing things, but as far as getting there, that all matters on how much money you have in your pocket. If you have money to waste, and you like high damage and moving around fast, then this is your class. If you have to beg your parents for NX, or don't know how to make more than 1,000,000 mesos, then I say please move on, leave this class for when you are funded and you know what you're doing. So that is my review on the Dual Blade, and I'm glad to have wasted another 14 minutes because, my mic decided not to work on me today. But hey, I think this go about, was actually better when I recorded it a second time, so I guess it all works out. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a like, and if you didn't like this video, give me a dislike. I don't give a shit. Seriously. Alright. if you liked my videos and want to see more of what I do, then go ahead and subscribe, because I try and get a video out daily. But you know how life is. Sometimes, I feel like not doing anything. I mean, yeah. But anyway, I try and get at least one video out a day, sometimes two. And so go ahead and subscribe, and I'll be doing other stuff after. I'm only doing job advancement stuff, but after that I'm going to be getting into other stuff that might interest you, like boss runs and theme dungeons and cash shop guides. I still do those actually, but Hidden Street is gonna. They said they'd utilize my job advancement videos, so I got to get those done first. And on the other news, I'm going to be starting another YouTube channel for other gaming stuff. So, I didn't want to clutter my Maple YouTube with stuff that doesn't relate to Maple. I want to keep it relevant. You guys are subscribing because you like Maple videos. I don't want to start posting League of Legends or Halo, Xbox, and old retro games, So, but my new channel, once I get that up and running, I'll let you guys know, is going to be on just gaming in general, whatever I fucking feel like. So that'll be up to you if you want to subscribe to that. But, alright, I'll see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed this.